Welcome to Rising Influence. We're so glad you're joining us today as we delve into the remarkable logistics behind transporting the President of the United States. It's a fascinating process that resembles a well-coordinated military operation, filled with elaborate motorcades and cutting-edge vehicles designed to keep the President safe. Today, we'll take you behind the scenes and show you how the Secret Service meticulously ensures the secure transit of one of the world's most powerful individuals. So, let's embark on this captivating journey into the realm of presidential transportation. Navigating the logistics of moving the president from one place to another is no small feat. It's a complex puzzle that must be solved daily. The American president holds significant power and influence, but with that comes a unique vulnerability, especially during travels. History shows us that 2 of the 4 successful presidential assassinations occurred while the leaders were on the move, specifically Garfield and Kennedy. This underlines why the Secret Service dedicates substantial resources to guarantee the president's safety during transit. One of the most impressive aspects of this intricate operation is the presidential motorcade, which can comprise up to 40 or 50 vehicles and over 100 dedicated personnel. To give you a taste of this impressive setup, let's watch some footage of a typical motorcade in action. At the forefront, you'll often see the lead vehicle, which can be a car or, in some cases, a motorcycle. But interestingly, this vehicle isn't the very first to roll out. Just ahead of these vehicles, there's usually a route car that scouts the way. This car typically arrives about 5 minutes before the lead motorcycle. Following closely are approximately 20 to 30 motorcycles, whose essential role is to clear a path by guiding traffic away from the motorcade. On highways, these motorcyclists creatively manage traffic by speeding ahead and temporarily closing off exits so no vehicles can enter. However, in urban areas like Washington, D.C., where drivers are accustomed to such high-level operations, they adopt a clever V formation that gently nudges vehicles aside, resulting in minimal disruption, just 2 or 3 minutes. In contrast, outside metropolitan areas where drivers may be less familiar with motorcades, the dedicated motorcycle units typically create a more pronounced barrier by entirely blocking intersections, allowing for a clear and uninterrupted route for the president. It's worth noting that the responsibility for this initial section of the motorcade lies not with the Secret Service, but with the local police of whatever jurisdiction the president is in. This helps to minimize the number of Secret Service vehicles needed, as both the vehicles and agents have to travel in advance, incurring added expenses. Next up is the secure package, the heart of the motorcade. This special group of vehicles is directly responsible for protecting the president and, if needed, can detach from the main motorcade and operate as an independent unit in a crisis. The flagship vehicle in this secure package is the president's limousine. But in a clever twist of security measures, there are always 2 identical limousines in the lineup, right down to the same license plate. This tactic ensures that any potential attacker cannot quickly pinpoint which car the president occupies. Now, these are no ordinary limousines. They weigh between 15,000 and 20,000 pounds and are built on a modified truck chassis. Every inch of these vehicles is fortified with bulletproof materials, including a staggering 5-inch thick windows. The only window that can open is the driver's side, reportedly to pay tolls. The entire limousine is also hermetically sealed to protect against potential chemical threats. On board, you'll find remarkable features such as rocket-powered grenades, night vision optics, a tear gas cannon, pump-action shotguns, bottled oxygen, and even 2 pints of the president's blood type. Leading the secure package is the United States Secret Service Electronic Countermeasures Suburban. This vehicle has a critical role. It can jam any remotely activated explosives along the route. With its 2 tall antennas sending out a wide array of radio frequencies, it effectively blocks any signals aimed at detonating explosives. The two domes atop this vehicle are likely electronic warfare sensors, functioning as radars that can detect incoming threats such as rocket-propelled grenades or guided missiles. If a launch is detected, this vehicle could activate an array of smoke grenades dispersed throughout the secure package to obscure the president's position. Though, of course, many of these capabilities remain classified. Accompanying the secure package is the control car, where essential staff, including the president's military aide and doctor, are situated. In a crisis, these individuals can rapidly break off with the secure package to provide immediate support. Additionally, there are two more critical vehicles filled with Secret Service agents. The closer one, known as the halfback, is responsible for the president's immediate detail, while the second is the counter-assault team, CAT car, ready to respond swiftly to any threats. As we wrap up this fascinating look at how the president is secured during travel, it's truly inspiring to see how meticulous planning, coordination, and dedication come together to ensure the safety of our nation's leader. The next time you see a presidential motorcade, you'll appreciate the incredible operation working tirelessly behind the scenes. Although it might be a bit hard to see, you can catch a glimpse of the counter-assault team in this sleek black vehicle, dressed in their battle dress uniforms, alongside the president's dedicated Secret Service detail, who are sharply dressed in coats and ties. Their roles are vital. In the event of an emergency, the Secret Service focuses on protecting and evacuating the president, while the counter-assault team remains behind to repel any threats. Following closely behind this secure convoy are vans filled with members of the press pool, diligently reporting on the president's movements. One vehicle, known as the ID car, plays a critical role in communications. It houses Secret Service agents responsible for coordinating with outside counter-surveillance teams who work proactively to identify any potential threats to the motorcade. You'll also notice the hazardous materials mitigation unit among the vehicles. This specialized truck is equipped and ready with personnel who can identify and respond quickly to any chemical, nuclear, or biological threats that could impact the motorcade's safety. As we continue to observe, more press vans can be seen alongside motorcycles speeding ahead to block off exits as the motorcade proceeds. One especially interesting vehicle is the Roadrunner. This car is outfitted with multiple antennas and serves as a mobile communications center, ensuring the motorcade stays connected to the outside world through satellite and internet systems. To ensure the safety of everyone present, a standard ambulance will also follow the motorcade. This ambulance, provided by the local fire department wherever the president is visiting, will be on hand in case any motorcade members are injured. Additionally, a support car is within the convoy, which carries more Secret Service agents and essential staff members crucial to the president's security. 3 police cars trail behind to maintain order and ensure that no unauthorized vehicles attempt to speed up and breach the motorcade. It's fascinating to recognize that this particular arrangement represents the standard motorcade configuration. However, it can change depending on specific conditions and environments. For instance, during President Obama's visit to Iraq in 2009, his motorcade consisted of military Humvees, leading a convoy of identical Suburban, including one that carried the president. These vehicles were equipped with advanced anti-RPG antennas for added security. Motorcades operate with remarkable efficiency and have been known to travel from LaGuardia Airport to the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York City in an astonishing 8 to 10 minutes, covering a distance of 10 miles that would typically take an average driver 25 to 30 minutes. However, it's worth noting that the safest choice remains the absence of a motorcade, as it presents a unique exposure for the president. Thus, the Secret Service utilizes motorcades for trips lasting no more than 30 minutes. Despite their efficiency, motorcades come with significant logistical challenges and costs. Therefore, whenever it's possible, the president often chooses to travel by Marine One instead. Interestingly, Marine One isn't the name of a specific helicopter. It's the call sign used for any helicopter carrying the president. The Marine Corps operates a fleet of 35 helicopters that serve this purpose, which may seem excessive but is necessary for transporting not only the president but also the vice president, when they are referred to as Marine 2, and other government VIPs. Marine One is frequently employed to transport the president from the White House to Andrews Air Force Base, the starting point for any long-distance journey. This 12-mile trip marks the beginning and end of the president's longer travels. Just like the president's limousine, Marine One never flies solo. Immediately after takeoff, it is accompanied by up to 5 identical helicopters that maneuver in flight to confuse potential attackers. Another crucial conveyance is Air Force One, which is not a single aircraft, but rather the call sign used whenever the president is on board an Air Force plane. Typically, Air Force One is one of 2 modified Boeing 747s. To illustrate the efficiency of this remarkable transport system, let's walk through a typical trip from the White House to the UN headquarters in New York. The flight from the White House to Andrews Air Force Base, covering 12 miles, takes roughly 8 minutes on Marine One. Following arrival, the president boards Air Force One, ensuring he is always the last person to step aboard. As soon as he is on board, the door closes, and the aircraft prepares for takeoff. This swift transfer happens in about 5 minutes, highlighting the smooth transition between the 2 modes of transport. From that point on, it's about a 30-minute flight to JFK Airport in New York, followed by a quick 7-minute journey on Marine One to the downtown Manhattan heliport. Then, it's just a 6-minute motorcade ride up FDR Drive to the United Nations. If all goes perfectly, this remarkable journey will take the president from the White House to the UN in just about an hour. The costs associated with this extensive travel system are indeed noteworthy. Public records indicate that Air Force One incurs an estimated $206,337 per flight hour, translating into about $103,169 for just the half-hour flight. This meticulous organization and planning reflect the high level of commitment to safety and efficiency in transporting the president, ensuring that every necessary detail is addressed with professionalism and care. Operating Marine One is surprisingly cost-effective. While we don't have the exact figures, one of the helicopters frequently used as Marine One, the Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk, costs about $2,199 per hour. However, it's important to note that Marine One always travels in a formation with up to 5 other helicopters. This teamwork makes each 15-minute flight only cost around $530 per helicopter, totaling approximately $3,180 for the whole fleet. When it comes to getting the helicopters and motorcade to New York, they hop on a C-5 Galaxy cargo plane. The cost for this massive aircraft is about $100,941 per hour, translating to around $50,471 for the half-hour trip. When you tally everything up, the entire journey to New York comes to around $156,820 for 1 hour of travel, or about $2,614 per minute. And don't forget the president needs to make the return trip too. In the grand scheme of things, the cost of transporting the president amounts to about $350 million annually, roughly a quarter of the yearly White House budget of $1.4 billion. While this may seem steep, many believe it's a worthwhile investment for ensuring the safety of the world's most powerful leader. And there you have it, a glimpse into the incredible measures to ensure the president's transportation is secure and efficient. From armored limousines to the flying fortress of Air Force One, these operations are not only fascinating but essential for safety. If you enjoyed this look behind the scenes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting insights on rising influence. Thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.